Hi everyone, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stamping with Denise. I'm so glad you're here. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Here in Michigan, it's very cold and snowy, but really we've had a very mild winter up to this point. But we got a lot of snow. Well, not a lot. We got several inches of snow this past week, so I guess what can we expect? Okay, while we wait for others to join, we're going to get started on our housekeeping. You know the usual. Please, if you like my video, share my video, comment, share down in the comments, and you might get the gorgeous card I'm working on tonight. If you can't share, I understand. If you would give me a heart for my video rather than a thumbs up, Facebook likes the hearts better, so give me a heart and let me know you like it. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and then hit that blue notification bell and you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And I usually upload one every Monday evening. So, that being said, from last week, if you recall, I made this cute little Valentine's Day card using the gnomes that are in our new mini catalog, our January to April mini catalog. And the winner for this is Cheryl Blahnik, B-L Blahnik. I think that's how it's pronounced. Cheryl, I don't have your address, so I'm going to have to get that so I can get this card out to you, okay? And thank you for watching, thank you for sharing, and congratulations on getting this cute gnome Valentine's Day card. Okay, so today I will be making another Valentine's Day card. This one's a little different style, but using a lot of the same products. So I'm going to use the same DSP, the same ribbon pack, and it's got a fun fold with it, so I really hope you like it. With that being said, let's change the view to my hands and we will get started. Okay, here we go. And here is today's card. Look at this fun. I think this is called a tuck card. Not entirely sure, but I think it's a tuck card. But it sounds good to me. And while we're getting started here, I'll let you know we are using the same DSP we used last week. This is the Country Floral Lane Designer Series paper. While it is kind of geared for Valentine's Day, there's a lot of other great patterns in here for a lot of other great card making possibilities. So it's pretty versatile. I really love this blue. I made a pretty wedding card out of that. Maybe I'll show you that in another video if you'd like. Okay, so we are going to get started. Let me get my... We are starting out with a base of... Okay, all of a sudden I blanked out on the name of this. This is Petal Pink cardstock, okay? This is, let me get my notes, it's 4 1/4 by 11. Now when I cut my cardstock long like this, I like to score in the middle where it's going to be folded, because sometimes I find it a little hard to fold this long thing, accurately. So when I do this kind of layout, or this kind of fold, whether the card is oriented this way or this way, I like to score it. So that's just me. Okay, we've used the bone folder. Now, as you can see on our card here, we are going to have to cut some of this off. We're going to, so this is scored at 5 1/2. If this is 11, you're going to score in the middle, that's 5 1/2, okay? Then we are going to trim off 2 3/4 inches, okay? So this will be my front. We're going to take 2 3/4 inches off. Just like that. And so there's the base. Put that away. Okay. Now, where do we want to go? Okay, let's start with, you know what, we'll start with the inside here. I have some of the designer series paper from the pack, and this piece is cut to 5 1/4 by 4, and this is going to be our base on the inside. Okay, so we're going to put that down. It really is tone on tone. It's a very subtle design. It's X's and O's for hearts and kisses, but I think it's perfect. Just gives the inside a little bit of extra detail. Come on. Remember, on this adhesive, a light touch works better, and sometimes I have to remind myself of that. Okay, so we're going to put that on the inside. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to start on is we're going to wait on this piece, but we're going to work on this corner tuck part, okay? So you can use the piece you cut off of here if you want. Okay, now I've got to center. We're going to go back to this. I'm going to get things centered again. We're going to go back. Okay, so I don't know quite when it cut off, but I put this piece of designer series paper on the inside. It's 5 1/4 by 4, and it gives it a good, it's just kind of a subtle design of hearts, X's, and O's for hugs and kisses. Okay, so now, like I was saying, you can use this piece that you cut off of here to make this corner piece, but I've already cut a piece, and it is 2 1/2 by 2 1/2, okay? Now you're going to also use a piece of the same, of the designer series paper. It's the same size, 2 1/2, 2 1/2, and I find it's just easier to do it like this. You know, you'll see what I'm doing here. We're going to put this on here. Okay, there we go. Now we have to cut this in half, corner to corner, okay? So get your trimmer. Put your corners on there. And cut it in half. So actually this is enough here I could do for 2 cards. But we're only making 1. But rather than trying to attach 2 triangles, I find it easier to just put the whole square together and then cut it, you know, assemble the 2 layers and put it on there. Okay, now to adhere this on here, just to give it a little bit of height, I am going to use dimensionals. Let me get out my dimensionals here. And I'm actually going to use some of these edge ones up for the edge so they're not so wide. I probably don't have to because this doesn't tuck in that far, but I am, come on here, it doesn't want to come off. There we go. That's good, and I'm going to put 1 more. I'm going to use this one up here. I think that'll work. Okay. So you can just see I've put dimensionals in the 3 spots, okay? You're going to put this up here in this top, I guess that's your top right corner, and you're going to line it up with the outside of your card. Okay, just like that. So now you have a little room under there. You can see to tuck that edge in. Okay. Now we're going to work on the front. This piece of red cardstock is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 square. We are going to work on this white piece. This is what we're going to stamp on, and it is 3 by 3. Okay, and this is what we're going to stamp our heart on. I am using, oh, I didn't bring it over. Let me get the stamp set. There we go. Okay, I'm using the Country Bouquet stamp set to stamp the heart, and it's using these two stamps. One is the flowers and one is the green leaves, and it really makes it easy to do so. So let me start out here. I'm trying to remember when I made my card. I don't remember if I started with the leaves or the flowers. So you know what? We'll do this. We'll start out with the leaves first, okay? And I'm using mint Macaron ink, okay? I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to let that ink soak in for just a minute. There we go. Close that up. And then I am using Petal Pink for the flowers. And, you know, just take a second, make sure it lines up. Sorry if I'm getting my head in the way. I just want to be, it's easiest if you do this looking straight down at it. Kind of get an idea where it lines up. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up. And we will give this a try here. If not, we have more paper. Right there. Might not be perfect, but you know what? I think it'll be enough. Beautiful. There we go. Let's see if it'll... Oh, it doesn't want to focus in on that. So, there we go. But it did work out just fine, okay? Now, out of that stamp set, I'm going to use the little words "with love." It was kind of a last-minute addition when I was stamping this. I felt like I wanted something small on the front, and you know what? This is perfect. I'm going to stamp that right there. I'm actually using Sweet Sorbet, although this is real red. This is Sweet Sorbet, and it works. It's okay. It's not a problem. And while we are doing that, I am going to also, while we're stamping, I'm also going to stamp the Happy Valentine's Day on this piece, okay? This is the inside piece, and it's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 square. And I'm going to move it down just a little further than I did on my other card so it doesn't overlap. There we go. Perfect. So a lot of the same products that we used on the gnome card, just the stamp sets are different. So, because this used the same DSP, it used the same ribbon pack. This ribbon and this ribbon come from the Real Red and Burlap ribbon combo pack. Okay, on this one I used the ruffle ribbon out of the annual catalog. I wanted to see how it worked. But this is the ribbon out of that bundle. Okay, so let's attach these together. And put this on here. Here we are. Now, we want to... I'm going to put this piece of DSP on. It's 1 inch by 4 inches, okay? I'm going to do this. All right, trying to stay in the camera here. Put that right there. Good. Then that helps with placement for this. So you can see now we're going to want to put adhesive on the back of this red, but just in this section, okay? I'm going to kind of mark that with my finger so I don't go too far over. There, that should work. Perfect. Put this right on here, and you can see where that's going to tuck under that corner. See? Just like that. Perfect. Now to put our inside piece in, we want to make sure it's behind this so it doesn't show. And I'll show you how we're going to do that. We're going to put, it doesn't have to be hard, just, so because I want it kind of centered on this, I'm going to lay it like right here and close my card on it. Look at that. Whoops, that didn't work, did it? Forgot about that. I did have to contend with it. Let me slide that right under there. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Now I think all I have to do is the ribbon. Let me get my scissors out here. And you know, I tend to not cut the ribbon off until I've tied it. So actually, when I have it on here, I find it's easier if my long end is on my right side. Okay, the attached end. So put it there. Okay, I'll put this right. There's that. Put that through there. And tie. Sometimes you have to play with it a little bit, and that's okay. Ribbons are not always perfect the first time around. Hold on, let me adjust these. I've twisted this bow somehow here, this ribbon. Try to get it fixed. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. So we're going to do the best we can there. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a glue dot right under that knot to kind of hold that in place. You know what? I don't like that. I'm going to try that again. I don't usually retie, but I am going to. So I'm going to try not to twist the ribbon. Oh, much better, much better. There we are. Oh, that's much better. Okay, I'm still going to take a glue dot, put under that knot on that ribbon there. And you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to put one back here too, just to, so it doesn't slide around. Because I probably didn't tie it as tight as I should have. There we go. Now, so there we go. There's a different kind of Valentine's Day card using a lot of the same products we used in last week's video. So I want to thank you for joining me tonight. If you need to place an order, here's my website, my host code. Place an order and get a gift from me. Remember, it is celebration, so you earn free product for anything, you know, your purchases of $50, $100, you know, $50 increments. So let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you next week with here at Stamping with Denise. Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening. Bye now.